Gareth, there's a perception, certainly in the domestic market, that the glory days of solar PV are behind us because the feed-in tariffs have all been slashed by the government and it's no longer cost effective to pay for these things to be installed and all that sort of thing. Is that the reality?
No, actually, it couldn't be further from the truth. Yeah, there was a massive change and it got a lot of publicity early in 2012, a change in the tariff, because actually when the tariff was introduced, it hadn't really been thought through any management system for that over time. So the government, it was a bit blunt in the way they did it, but basically they really hacked down the feed-in tariff rates. But what's also happened globally is that the price of the equipment is massively dropped. And in fact, over the period of time we've been involved in the industry for many years now, the systems are maybe a third of the cost of what they used to be. So actually, someone buying into PV now in the residential market, in terms of a return on investment, there's still very healthy rates of return. And if you look at them over the 20-year period of the feed-in tariff, they're index-linked, they're tax-free. It's absolutely, marvellous. And the rates of return compared with making an investment into an ISA or a pension fund, they're very good. And again, commonly well in excess of 10%, 15%. And if you look at that 20-year return, again, it's better still because of the indexing. But what's also quite important is that the price of that equipment now is quite low against what has happened in the last few years, which is very fast increasing electricity bills. So in terms of running the maths on it, the electricity bill increase is going to make the returns even better over time because of the low capital costs in the first place. So actually, I think far from it being over now is a really good time for doing solar. And in fact, the install figures are reflecting that they're slowly going back up. But I would agree with you, the publicity in the news that went out last year would actually surprise some people with that.